of competition. Texas, we saw him at Atlanta, and we saw him at the last round in Seattle. As you said, Ryan, using the term spoiler. We're not talking about that off the back end of his car, but shaking things up as far as points, not in contention for the championship, but could obviously ruin some driver's day by taking them out and shaking up the points a bit. Here we go, Tanner Faust, Rockstar Energy. Volkswagen Passat on Exxon tires, bringing it into the front clip. Nice job. Get to that outer zone, dancing with the edge of the track. Standing on the throttle, good job coming into the rear clipping zone. Woo! Getting all the way out there, Ryan. Way off that front clip. But, man, sensational job there by Faust, looking a lot better than his first run. Not that his first run was bad.
Well, certainly, the standard had more or less been set by the top 3-4 guys in that final appearance there as we headed into the commercial break. Tanner must have seen that and really thought about what he needed to do here. It was holding it down completely, amazingly, all the way through, really deep into this last outer zone, and then just overshoots this last inside clip, Brian.
That's one of those high energy runs that we like to talk about. It looked fast, it looked really aggressive, got out to outside zone 3 in an impressive manner, kind of had everybody cringing a little bit, and ends up with an 87, putting him in 11th position.
And there it is, Tanner Faust with an 87, an 87.
Yeah, but he's talking. Do I just go and talk over him?
87 for that of Tanner Faust as Andrew Gray brings it into the first front clip. As Lantain was saying, he had some words with him, some engine issues. Gray locking it up. Some sputtering there into that final rear clipping zone. So some obvious issues there for Mr. Gray.
Well, Andrew Gray has got a 75 in the books here, and that's going to be right on the threshold if history has anything to say about it. We've seen the cutoff being that 74, 75, sometimes 76 range. So he's right there on that threshold. I don't think he's going to get it here. This is a pretty big mistake. And obviously, from your perspective, Ryan, where is he going to see the biggest impact in the score?
Well, it looks like he stayed slightly at angle through there. It'd be hard to make that argument that he actually straightened through there completely. But then we have to look at it in terms of a chaseable lead. Is it something that you could actually chase, being behind it in a confident and consistent manner? And that's the amount of slowdown that he had to perform right there. That's it's pretty questionable. So we're going to talk about it, the three of us here, and see what we come up with. But from a line perspective, look how close he was to that inside clip right there. That is pretty precise on my side of things.
Just kind of massaged it in there, though.
Unfortunately, he had almost zero angle. Yeah. If you're just looking at the line, though, he was right on it there. What are we doing, guys?
All right, so Andrew Gray waits for his score.
He almost stopped there.
Yeah, it seems that the judges are discussing.
If it was going to score, it was going to be low anyway. Right?
The microphone's actually picking up the combo over there.
Unfortunately, online, I have to give him a good score.
All right, so looks like he will be potentially getting a score, but it's going to be lackluster given the lack of angle and those mistakes. Man, Andrew Gray in Japan putting it down. Okayama, Ryan, that was is pretty exciting for him, and obviously winning the FD Japan, being the Japan champion for last year.
Yeah, we haven't had an opportunity to see Andrew Gray at his best just yet, and he's been acclimating, and it takes time to develop your program here, and certainly for Andrew, doesn't do a lot of driving on banks is what we see a lot in the U.S., and he's going to sit on his first score.
75, so currently 26th is his second score. You can see a 63, so his first score stands to be the better of the two. Next up, Charles Ng from Hong Kong, Sogun Motorsports, part of that Team Orange. right now you can see our leaderboard. Vaughn Ginn Jr. 96, Frederick Osbo 96, Dio Shihara 92, Forsberg 92, and Tyler McCoy with a 91. Charles Ng leaving the start line. Can he better his first score? We'll see as he comes through into that front clip. Nice job. Ripping down the line into the final rear clipping zone, get to the yellow hash marks, and 85 is his first score. Ryans, what do you think? Could that take, could that better an 85?
Well, he's definitely in the safe zone, and it looked pretty similar to his first run. You can see on initiation there, he gets right back on throttle, starts off on that midline, goes down low, nice and tight on that inside clip, unwinds a little bit of angle, almost unnoticeable from inside clip 1 to outer zone number 2, but he's super tight on that second inside clip, and then maybe could have been a little bit deeper into that zone if you wanted to get up into the 90s, but Ryan, what's your take on Charles Ng's second run?
Yeah, the outside zone 3, he definitely didn't get it as deep as he could have. He kind of dipped in a little bit late, not super late, and got out of it just as early as he did get in it.
So does better. He gets an 88 on his second run, an 88 on his second run for Charles Ng. Puts him into currently 9th position.
All right, I'm charging it.
Next up, Pat Mordaunt. All right, Pat Mordaunt, here we go. Falcon Tires, Drip Paddock 350Z. Ryan, you talked about it. He's definitely flourishing this year. A strong, competitive driver. He's taken out some big names over the years. Right now, front fender popping off. A little active arrow running through the course. Nice job. Into the rear clipping zone. Pretty solid run there from the awesome possum that is Pat Mordaunt.
Yeah, Mordaunt, a pretty low score on run number 1, sitting on a 72. Really, at this point, with the number of vehicles in competition, it's about positioning for him. So who's he going to go up against? You'd like to see him, you'd like to get up that ladder a little bit so he's not facing number 1, number 2 qualifier. And I think he will better that 72.
Lontaine, anything stand out to you? I think he did a good job in that rear clipping zone, and then boom, just driving home.
I ended up giving him the same score overall, although the points differed quite a bit from zone to clip, all the way through the run. He ended up with the same total from me, which was a 29 out of 35 for this run as well as the other one. But, nothing too major, just maybe a slight lack of angle through here.
All right, so 78, he does better his first score, 72 on his first, so that's put him in 26th position. All right, so we are going through the lineup here. It's going to be interesting if we're going to see Robbie Nishida or Kyle Mohan, because they both forwent their first qualifying run. And I'm not seeing Nishida there in the lineup, but right now it's all about Jeff Jones. Aggressive with that flick in, tightening it up to the front clip. Nice job by Jones. Looking very settled, minimal, no corrections at all, actually, on the approach to that final rear clipping zone. Brings it on home. Nice job by Jones. Can that better his first score, Ryan? What was it?
First score, right in the pocket, 84, so sitting right in the middle of the field right now, so a good run for Jeff, trying to move up here a little bit. You can see he starts off pretty similar to last time, looks settled and comfortable. Nice job on that first inside clip. Decent job all the way, actually pretty good job on that second outer zone. Nice and tight on that inside clip, and then pretty impressive here on that third and final outer zone, right? I mean, really any mistakes that you can see here from Jeff Jones, it just seems to be getting better and better every run.
Yeah, I really didn't see too much. I gave him an almost perfect score online. He was really committed on once the car was set to angle, he was on throttle. He made it through all the clips and zones the way he should.
Jeff Jones with a 90. A 90 for Jones puts him into 8th position right now. DJ Jazzy Jeff Jones. All right. Next up, Cameron Moore. Give me some more. Cameron Moore coming down the Nameless Performance. That SC chassis. Quick little feint on initiation. competition. Karlik's very nose heavy. I made that comment last run. Oh, see that correction there, massage. Oh, and another correction, another mistake there from Cameron Moore. Way off of that, I should say way off that rear clipping zone, pardon me. And then taking out that front clip. So unfortunately some mistakes there, or the car falling down.
Yeah, not going to beat that 84, but let's talk about the things that were good in the run. Right there on initiation, quick rate to angle, very impressive there. Then he stays low, nice and tight on that inside clip, but then you can see he unwinds the angle here, and this is kind of where it all goes downhill. So
Yeah.
not really going to beat that 84, but you know,
Yeah,
at
there
least
was
he's got some good takeaways.
There was a good shimmy there, which would indicate almost an opposite drift, which would indicate a 0, unfortunately, on that run.
So that's official.
That is official.
All right, so we'll make it official by putting it on the screen as Cameron Moore, an 84, still a solid run, puts him into 19th, a 0 on his second run. Really? I know Cameron Moore was a butcher. All right, so Ryan, yeah, we were to see Robbie Nishida Okay, so Nishida is calling a competition timeout. Okay, so Nishida did call a competition timeout. 5 minutes is put into effect. Next up, we should be seeing Mad Mike Widett. Mad Mike, it is. All right, so Mad Mike warming up.
So looking at Jeff Jones, get up in the 90s.
Yeah, dude, Jones backed it up. So Mad Mike Widett leaving the starting line. Some freshly warmed up Netto tires. Here we go. Firing off on all wankles. Mad Mike keeping it where the rubber meets the road this time. Whoa. Just ripping through it. Taking out that front clip. Now tightening it up. Nice job there. Ryan quickly through the course, man, and also keeping it where the rubber meets the road as opposed to getting into the dirt side to side.
Yeah, I think this will contend against his first run. And he certainly fixed the mistakes that he had on the latter part of the course. You can see he's doing a really good job here. Good angle, nice and tight on the second inside clip. Just nicks it right there, but really deeper into that outer zone, and then much tighter on that last inside clip, Brian.
Yeah, he definitely picked up some points from me. He got an extra 5 points compared to his first qualifying pass on line alone, so that's going to help him out. And I didn't see any major corrections or any other issues throughout the rest of the course. There might have been a little flub on angle in one area, but I think that'd be a good score.
Mad Mike Widett awaits and delivers. 91 at 91, there you go. Jeff Jones did, as you said. I didn't know that was a thing. You just made that a thing.
It's a new thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. What does it mean?
I would say he Dio Johara it. He went from, Dio was, remember the score was like, he was 26 or something, and then boom, went to number 1. That was a good one.
It was.
No, so what does it mean? It means that... Man. Hammering. Down. Some shimming there of the wheels. into that final rear clipping zone and brings it on home. Man, doing it for Dale there, Pat Gooden.
Well, with very few exceptions, we're seeing guys do better on their second runs here, make some improvements. Pat Gooden, another driver, sitting in an 84. You can see nice and tight on that first inside clip, staying on throttle here through that second outer zone. Good angle here through the power out. Tight on that second inside clip, and you're really seeing that one driver on the course during qualifying is much easier than when you have two drivers on the course. It's a whole other ball game in tandem, and drivers are definitely taking advantage of their opportunities right now in qualifying.
It seems like we designed a course that is fairly simple for one car to get through. A lot of drivers are achieving this track at a high level.
Real quick, an 84. An 84 stands to be the better score of the two, as he got an 83 on this run, but pretty consistent with his first. So puts him into 19th. Ryan, you were elaborating there? Montaigne?
Yeah, just saying that it seems to be that we have a really high level of drivers, a high amount of drivers actually getting a high score on this course, which is something that we haven't seen to this level in the past, which I hope is going to lead to a really good tandem driving once we get to the tandem battles. Oh my, look at that.
Able to make this round a competition. All right, so here we go. Kyle the Menace Mohan leaving the start line. And into that first front clip. Nice job, that Mazda Tricks GT Radial MX-5. Flying through right now. Hold on to it. Oh, does he maintain it? Looks like he did it. I mean, it's not, as I would say, not the prettiest, but I think it will get the job done, Ryan.
Well, all Kyle and all Robbie Nishida are really going to want to do in their runs is just make sure they get a score on board. Because of the number of drivers, you just want to make it into tomorrow. And Kyle is seemingly doing that all the way to here. Now he gets... It's a little bit hairy coming into this second inside clip right here. Put some angle into the car, kind of mistimes it. Almost straightens out, but it seems like he holds some angle in the car and should be okay. Yeah, Ryan?
Yeah, he had a bit of an odd line coming from inside clip 2 towards outside zone 3, and it seemed to put him a little too far driver's right, which didn't allow him to get as deep into the zone as he wanted to, and maybe his transition was a little early as well, so messed him up a little bit, and he wasn't out as far as he should have.
Did you hear that? That he didn't get out. I don't know if you heard that.
Sometimes it comes out, Jared. It does come out.
It comes out and about in a houseboat.
Out in a boot.
I liked how Kyle got hairy there as well. That was the comment that you made there, Sage.
That's something my dad used to say to me a lot when I was growing up. It's just an adjective for getting wild.
Got a little hairy,
yeah.
little hairy carry there. A 70, so puts him into the mix. The other driver needs to put a score down. That would be Robbie Nishida. So Mohan hangs on loosely and did not let go. Here we go, Robbie, the Bushido Blade. Achilles Radial G37, come on, buddy. That's gonna be a goose egg. Gosh, dang. Robbie Nishida, he's so self-deprecating. I love the dude. We got to hang out in Japan quite a bit as as you don't leave the track at all, so you're stuck with everybody. But yeah, you and the Wolves. But that's gonna be a 0, man.
Good for him for trying, though. He got the car out there and made an attempt, but wouldn't hold together. Now it runs.
Yeah, it's unfortunately too late. There it is. So unfortunately, Robbie Nishida, hard-working team. Achilles Radial's on the corners, but unfortunately not able to put down a run. So this also has implications. Number 1 qualifying spot is going to get a bye. So that's going to change things up quite a bit. So especially Nishida with a 0. Alex Hilbrun, so dominant in Pro 2, really turning things up here. Latter portion of the season. Let's see how the IMR BMW does. V8 powered. All right, Alex Hilbrun through the start chicane. Little feint. And then into the big turn. You can see all the rubber just laid out there. Well played on that front clip. Rear clipping zone, standing on the throttle. Ripping into that rear zone. Yes, sir. Gets out there. Nice job by Alex Hilbrun. Wow. Is that warranting a 90 score?
Number one is what's going to be the most important. What did you think about the line that he took there, Ryan?
Well, I was just asking Andy, and he said the initiation was a little bit late getting to angle. Nothing too major, maybe a slight deduction there. And from me, he had a couple of small deductions, nothing too major. Could have been a little bit deeper earlier in the outside zone 3, but overall, not too bad.
You bring up the initiation on initiation, the initial initiation. Where should they be initiating?
Well, they need to be sideways by the time they get to that the beginning of the zone. So you can see out there we have 3, 2, and then the one cone is kind of coinciding with the beginning of the outside zone. So you need to be sideways by the time you're entering that zone. And if you're not, then of course the angle judge is going to be dinging you, because in that zone you don't have angle, so you will get deducted from him. Also, the initiation side of things from Brian, the style judge, will also be deducted.
And there it is, an 86 for Alex Hilbrun.
84.
Excuse me, 84 on his second run, 86 on his first run. I apologize there, as he currently is in 15th. So Alex Hilbrun on the Nitto tires is going to be in tomorrow's main event. All right, Farouk, simply known as Farouk. Here we go. Into that first front clip. Getting out to the, you can see all the gumballs there. Wow, exploding the indicator of that rear clipping zone into the final rear clip. Ooh, kind of danced with the devil. And just seemed like he got a little nervous there. Had some hesitation. So we'll get the track cleaned up. But Ryan, take a look at it again.
Battling back and forth between him and Alex Hilbrun for Rookie of the Year. Farouk trying to make his point here on run number 2, see if he can better his first score. You can see a little bit of trouble there, and also they're coming through the center section, wraps around that second inside clip, then unable to reach out to that third outer zone, but will get a score on the board. But will it be better than run number?
In terms of score from me, he scored one less online, but you can see some corrections and some hesitation. So I think that on the style side of things, the commitment will probably take a hit. The initiation looked like it was okay, maybe a slight bit late. Maybe he was getting to angle as he was entering the zone, so angle will probably be reduced just a slight bit there as well.
We were inverted as we wait for Farouk's score. 71 stands to be the better of the two, as he got a 67 on this second score. So 30th place. Good initiation at that number 2 marker. Looking very settled. Nice job. Kind of straight line through there. Not a gang angle through the power alley, but tightening it up now as we bring it around that
Yeah, that's what I figured after I realized
final front clip.
Well, here we go. U-Haul wrenching in on run number 2. Wrapping around that first inside clip, and then, as you said, struggling a little bit here in the middle section of the course. Big angle here, tries to bring it back around like a little bit of almost like a late apexing that inside clip, and then just off that outer zone there, the last one. Any major items from you, Ryan?
Definitely through the infield, there was a lack of angle, and he was missed a couple of inside clips. So the second inside clip, or sorry, second outside zone, he was off that a little bit, and of course out on the outside zone too.
And it looks like he got another 80. 80 on his first run, 80 on his second run, so got an 80 overall. Puts him into 25th. Look at that. I mean, an 80, and he's in 25th. That just goes to show you, like Ryan was saying, a testament to a smooth track, putting the car in the right places. It's going to be fast. Competition's going to be crazy tomorrow.
Single car driving through here, no problem. Two cars, oh boy.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Yabra. From the top rope, Jeff Stone Cold Stoneback. About to back in a suplex with his 370Z. Around the front flip. Nice job by Stoneback. Nice even throttle modulation. Tap of the brakes deep into that rear clipping zone. Nice job by Stoneback. Tightens it up to the number 2 hash. Lighten it up. Brian Sage. Soggy. How about it?
An 83 for Stoneback on run number 1. I think he can better that here. You can see he initiates. Looks pretty smooth so far. It's on that tight line wrapping around that first inside clip. Big throttle here on outers number 2. Good fluid movement through the infield here. Nice and tight. And he gets very deep into this zone. Now, I'm sure that the angle judge might want to see a little bit more angle in that final zone. He's on the second hash mark on that.
The boss at that place was so disconnected. He was just like a complete.
Final inside clip, but from you, Ryan.
And the same score overall, but the points were definitely
Constantly everything with Donald Trump.
laid out a little bit differently. He would have had a really high score, or almost a perfect line score, had he been able to get close to that last inside clip. But overall, through the course, the car looked settled and didn't look like he had too much trouble getting through there.
Stoneback with a 90. Jeff Jones it. Went from 83 to a 90 and puts him into 10th position. Look at that, a 90, and he's in 10th. Again, just another testimony. Look at 33, 29, 29. Great showing there by Stoneback. Jonathan Castro, next in tires. Methodon. SR by Toyota. Or excuse me, just Toyota 86. As Castro. Into the rear clipping zone. You hear him lift and then just works his way into the rear clipping zone. Nice job. Toyota 86 and him just seeming to be working out this year. Kudos to him.
So Jonathan Castro sitting on an 80, looking to better that. Starts off on initiation, another driver on that tight line, just nicking that first inside clip. Pretty decent job on that second outer zone. Really quick through that center section on that second hash mark of that inside clip. Through the final third outer zone and that last inside clip. Anything noticeable from you, Ryan, there?
Well, most of his rotation seemed to be pretty solid throughout the course, except going into outside zone 3. You could see he was really controlling the angle. He didn't want to let the car really rotate the way that we'd like to see him rotate his car going into that zone. And as a result, he didn't actually get as deep into it as he could have. I gave him an 8 out of 10 in there. You could see he was off a little bit on entry and on exit. He got off there a little bit too quickly. So it definitely could have been stronger in terms of commitment and fluidity there, plus the not going as deep maybe as he should have.
And Castro, an 81. So betters his first score by 1 point. That puts him into 23rd position. Next up, we'll see if Justin Pollock can better his first run. We talked about his dynamic flick into that final rear clipping zone. Can he work it into it? And will pay off. There's our current leaderboard. Vaughn Gittin Jr. still out front with that 96. So you got Vaughn Gittin Jr. with a 96, Osbo with a 96, Yoshihara 92, Forsberg 92, he's sitting in 4th, and Tyler McCory rounding out the top 5 with that 91. So JTP, Justin Pollock, Roush Performance, Falcon Tires, Weld Racing Wheels. Here comes the Ford Mustang. And the driver, JTP, Justin Pollock. Big angle, throws it out there. Now lights him up. Looked like he was almost going to touch dirt, but I'm not even seeing any brown being thrown up, and there it is again.
running like a horse. Packing the heat.
I did a little bit. You have to really applaud the attempt there, and was able to save it as best he possibly could. Now through this second inside clip. Again, another attempted big angle there, really trying to impress the judges. We'll have to see exactly how they interpret that. He was on an 84 in run number 1, Ryan. What was your takeaway after run number 2?
So it was really the outside zone 1, I'd say, where there was a correction there that maybe Brian will catch Andy on the angle side. I'm not sure if he'll be able to fit that into that outside zone or inside
What's he selling it for?
clip pointage. But look at that. Quite a bit of a...
Boom, a 91. A 91 puts him into 6th position, and that's his second run. It betters his first, so solid job there by Pollock.
Yeah, he did a better job on outside zone 3 this time. He did throw it in the same way, but he was able to maintain the angle and got a little bit deeper earlier, so helped him out. Hey.
RAV4 probably rides all right, but...
All right, here we go. Christos Blus, HGK Motorsports, VA-powered BMW. All right, bring it into the power alley. Achilles radials ablazing. An 83 for Blus. A big lift there, working it into that rear clipping zone around that final front clip. So in the 80s, low 80s right now is Blus. Kenny Jeff Jones at Ryan.
Well, he starts off pretty impressive here. A lot of throttle. He initiates, he gets right back on throttle, makes a little bit of a correction right there coming out of inside clip 1. Doesn't get it super deep into outer zone number 2, and then shoots over that second inside clip a little bit wide there. Better job on outer zone 3. And then nice and tight on that last inside clip. So from you, Ryan, Blus on an 83.
Yeah, he didn't look as settled and as controlled in this run. It looked a little bit out of control. He ended up going off, maybe a tire off on the outside just before inside clip 2. And you could see that he was off outside zone 2 as well. So the car didn't look settled. He didn't quite look like he had the car in control and where he needed it to be throughout the course.
And Christos with an 86 on his second run. Still better than his first. Puts him into 18th position. All right, so we are seeing Matt Kaufman. Kaufman had a great first run. He's currently sitting in 6th with that 91. I'm sure he's going to go for it. Again, now that number 1 spot, that's a fast pass into the top 16, given that we have 31 drivers with, unfortunately, Robin Ishida. Kaufman throws it in and kind of bulks there. Now into the power alley, using all of the course. Getting out to the edge, ping-ponging in the power alley, and brings it and works it into that rear clipping zone. Liked it, don't know if it's going to completely beat a 91.
Yeah, he doesn't have much to worry about in terms of his positioning. He's just looking for a better opportunity here. He's got that 91. He initiates, like you said, he got a little bit of a stall up there, gets back on throttle, and then the rest of the course, he looks pretty good here. You can see deep into that second outer zone. Very wide here.
Yeah, I grabbed it from there.
Here with good angle, second hash mark on that second inside clip. The third outer zone just kind of scoots the booty of the car right into that section of the zone, and then the last inside clip nice and tight. So a 91 for Kaufman on run number 1. What do you say, Ryan?
Yeah, he definitely stalled up after initiation, and the car he just kind of let it carry out. He let it kind of hang there for a minute. We like them to get back on throttle as soon as possible, so maybe on the commitment side he might get hit there. And he really had to work his car, his booty, out to outside zone 3 there with e-brake. You can see the car shift backwards as opposed to the car kind of riding out there on its own accord.
And here are the scores for Matt Kaufman. A 91 on his first run stands to be the better of the two as he gets an 84 on his second run. So he currently is in 6th position. So Matt Kaufman in 6th. And again, if you want to win a set of wheels, here's how. You're going to tag a photo of you watching this weekend's event. Hashtag FDDrifts16. You can see drifts spelled D-R-I-F-Z. So it's hashtag FDDrifts16. And enter to win a free set of Drifts wheels as run on Adamus Odi Bakshis's vehicle. ATDwheels.com. Formula Drift official sponsor. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, if you haven't picked it up, why not buy one with the money and then you put your money in it? So it's all full circle. The Takata Formula Drift collaboration wallet available now. Just to clarify, available now. Find yours at TakataRacing.com. Available. As we are seeing Michael Essa on the start line, loudmouth exhaust, Achilles radials on the corners of the BMW. Here we go. Essa rolling into initiation into that first outside clipping. Tightens it up. Nice job taking out that front clip. Drags the back end of the BMW into that rear clipping zone and very